Welcome to Verbal Prick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are every day. People like to welcome you all to the show. Now, I know you all been listening to us bring you live coverage of this current election that just took place, and now Trump he vows not to concede, and so they're having a Million Maga March in Washington D.C. on tomorrow, I believe, and people are saying, damn, man, it might get out of hand because one of Trump's aides is also sending a dog whistle to the Proud Boys saying, stand ready. And so we're going to discuss this with our political analyst, Marcus Muhd. And Marcus Muhd is on the show. Marcus Muhd, welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir, bro. Now, the people are kind of up in arms about this Million Maga March that's supposed to take place in Washington, D.C., which is a predominantly black community, and the Proud Boys and all the neo-Nazis are supposed to be in attendance. Do you think that's a powder keg?
No, I don't. I think it's just a demonstration, and they have their right to do so, right of assembly.
Okay. Now, some are saying that, and some members of these neo-Nazi and right-winger groups are saying that they're standing by waiting on Trump to give the order so they can cause destruction and chaos and whatnot. Do you believe that if there's some civil unrest, by law, could Trump still remain in the White House as president if there's chaos in the streets amongst the civilians of America?
Well, yes, he will remain as president if there is chaos in the streets by his call. That was always an issue.
Yeah. You believe he would? Do you believe that something like that is likely to happen?
I don't doubt it. I don't put it past Trump.
Now, if something like that does take place, and by all means, I hope it doesn't. But if something like that does takes place, how would that shape the country?
Well, it depends on what he gives a call for and about. Of course, at the bottom line would be because he wants to stay in office and he wants all power is about Trump, so on and so forth. But if he gives a call about a specific issue, well, then that's gonna also be a part of how it shapes out and how it affects the way these people respond and how society has to respond to that.
Right, because majority of what they quote deem minorities really don't want to fight, especially black people. They want to go on about their business and go to work and do what they do and, sit back and tend to their families and whatnot. They don't want any chaos in the streets, So what should be their proper response?
Well, that's part of what I mean by it depends on what he gives a call for and about. I don't suspect that he will give a call saying, go attack black people. I don't see that happening.
Right.
What I do see happening is what he's already been given a call about when he was the sitting president without being unelected. Mm-hmm. He was sending people to courthouses and telling people to attack this politician and attack that official. That this is just civil war or winding up. And in the Civil War, they attacked the structure, the governmental structure, because they're unhappy with the way the government is handling the affairs of the society. If the government looks like it will allow minority, I don't want to use the word minority because I don't believe black people are even a minority anymore.
Right.
But black people, okay, if the government is trying to allow black people, or if it looks like, which is probable that it's going to give black people opportunities, then that goes against the far right wings, the whole nature. They can't see that happening. So, yeah, that's where the Civil War will jump off at, just like it jumped off the first time behind slavery.
Right. And then the sad part about it is that, we can't go inside of the mind of a right wing or a racist or neo-Nazi and really pinpoint our finger on what's driving the anger when this big universe and we in America and everybody has thoughts and they're trying to accomplish their goals, and how can a mindset or a group of people say you don't have the right to achieve and you don't have the right to belong, when they don't have any merits or anything backing up that ideology.
Well, that's the problem with the devil. He's arrogant. You can't tell him anything about anything if he got it in his mind that it should be a certain way. And of course it's going to be the way that is in his favor, to the detriment of others if necessary. So, no, we're not trying to fathom the depths of Satan, because that's his game. Our strength is to be ourselves, to learn ourselves, know ourselves, be ourselves, to do for ourselves, and to defend ourselves. And let the chips fall where they may. They can't win.
Right.
And deep down, they know that.
Right.
But this is why they catch us 5 at a time and catch one and hang them, shoot us in the back, kill 12-year-old boys, children, unarmed men, unarmed women, kill people while they sleep. That's how they figure that they're going to keep control, is by terrorizing. It's not about actually challenging us or challenging people that they don't like. They're going to do things in a cowardly manner because they know they can't win in the end.
Right, facts. Yeah, that's facts. We just watching time go by until the God puts things in its proper order and perspective, the way things should be. This is just another moment in time that we have to endure, like we endured so many other obstacles that was placed in our way. I guess it's part of the game, And so one of the reasons we were doing this show is to let the people not worry. You have confidence in yourself, and there's so many other ideas of thought and knowledge out there that you can study versus the same old stories and knowledges that was given to us by our slave master. You got black historians. You got different forms of belief that was created by us. So, broaden your horizon and start studying other schools of thought to put in your mental library, because you never know, it might be very beneficial for you in the near future. Definitely.
Yes.
So,
yes,
yeah, then, come on, the play on words, Million Maga March, played off the Million Man March. Man, can these folks be original?
No, they can't. No. They were grafted, and they were made to choose a host and feed off that host. Hey, we built the country, made the culture, gave it a culture, gave it a refinery. That's what it's about. That's what it's always been. So they don't want us all gone, because then they won't have a host. What is a slave master without slaves? They don't want us all gone. Ever want that? But we not prepared to lose not a one.
Right.
If we lose one, I say we get our private investigators together. If the authorities don't want to do anything about it, we get our private investigators together and seek out whoever the hell did it and we put 2 on the table for them.
Right, and that's a frame of thought mindset that if we want to remain free and be free, we got to start adopting new mindsets, new way of looking at things. Because the old way it don't work. You can only cry victim and and march and protest for so long till it starts to render itself ineffective.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of fearful brothers in the community, a lot of them. But I mean, to the point where they will ignore all of the evil that Biden has done just because Trump is now gone. Now we can't talk about Biden, or they're going to attack. They become attack dogs.
Right, well,
we don't need those kind of brothers
right, well,
in the way,
Well, you can't say much about he Uncle Joe now, bro.
Yeah, he Uncle Joe now, so you can't say nothing about Joe.
They say nothing about Uncle Joe, man. They love
Joe ain't asked for an apology. Joe ain't said he was going to change things. Joe ain't said nothing, ain't did nothing. And he went and hid in the basement while everybody said Trump is bad. And then he got the most votes of incoming president-elect of anyone in the history of the United States of America. It ain't because of Joe. It's because people couldn't handle Trump.
Right. Yeah. They were just voting to get Trump out of there.
Now that it seems like a soft cushion is laid out, Negroes want to come out and speak, but they're only speaking about, hey, don't say nothing about my soft cushion. And Biden is attempting already to lull the population back to sleep.
Yeah, well, no.
But there's no time for that.
No.
We're done with that.
That's right. We going to shock you back to reality, because we're not going to let Ice Cube's contract with Black America go to waste or get quiet. Biden is in the office. We want to hear something on that. We want to put agendas on the table and hold him accountable. And if he doesn't do as he promised he would, and we got to start talking about that 1.3 trillion. We got to start saying, a matter of fact, you know what? We don't even understand the pull that we had in even putting Biden in the White House. Black folks gave him the nomination. Black folks carried him over. And once we understand that dynamic, we can put whoever we choose in the White House. Matter of fact, we need to pick a candidate and get behind them and put them in there. Instead of them running saying, I need your vote. Nah, we'll put somebody in there and we'll give them our vote. And before we put them in that office, we want to make sure that they're going to agree to certain terms, certain agendas that we put forth that will help close that 465-year gap.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose, and it's not about us. It's about the next generation and the next generation, because the next generation, all those generations, that's still us,
Right.
Yeah, so we gotta build something forward. We gotta leave something, behind that maybe their road can be a little smoother, because, man, I don't know too many black men in particular who understand what it is to live 100% totally free and in that peaceful nature without being bothered and hindered. We don't know what that's like.
No.
We don't know what white privilege is like and what they actually experience. We don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do the best we can under this mindset that we have that was given to us by the slave masters. We got to fight that off and build at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's a fight, bro. That's an ongoing fight, man. And, before we get out of here, I just want to say, wow, man, Esther, I forget her last name, But Esther was born in 1925, and she lived in Hamburg, Germany, right? Black lady, right? Father from Africa, but she was born in Germany during the Nazi times. And she was saying, well, hell, when Hitler came through Hamburg and when she was in town, the only thing that they stopped the blacks from doing was attending sports events. But she said other than that, they can go anywhere they choose, but yet they were still putting Jews in concentration camps. But the small black community that was in Hamburg, Germany, that was spread throughout Hamburg, they wasn't really bothering them. And I'm like, wow. And that time in America, man, black folk were running for their lives. You trying to tell me some blacks had it more peaceful up under Hitler's regime than they did in the Americas? What? You know, I'm like, hey, come on, wait a minute. You know, something, man. Something just ain't right. Like Keith Sweat say, brother. But yeah, brother Mark, we're going to sit back and see, you know, but that's the pulse right now of what's currently going on. People are worried that, man, stuff getting ready to jump off this weekend at the Million Maga March, and, you know, Trump might give the order to try to do what he can to stay in office, and that's why he haven't conceded yet, because he got one more trick up his sleeve to cause a mass chaotic event to where he can remain the president a little while longer. So who knows, bruh? Things are so out of whack and so chaotic right now. You know, you just can't put your finger on what's reality and what's fake news, bro. That's the deal.
Well, but that's the God orchestrating this thing. We can see this done happening in Scripture with the pharaohs, bro. It's just the way they go out. They never go out peacefully. They never go out willingly. They always go out with a fight and a bang. So that is our deliverance day.
That's right. Well, Brother Moore, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you being on the show, man, and giving us that update and your take and being our political analyst here on Verbal Pick Radio. Anything you like to add before we get out of here?
Thank you for having me on, bro.
Yes, sir. Verbal Pick Radio. We out.